Hello there, YouTube. Charlie Barley back at you with another video. It's been a while, as you guys know. I've been working on my team play. Last week, we really got off to probably our stride. Last week, I'm down to I started off with 10. I'm down to maybe 6 or 7 now. I didn't expect to have 100%. Trust me on that. But here is what our group did last week. We did 117 units collectively. Okay, that's huge. Okay, flatbed. I have a flatbed software that I created, and the last couple weeks, I would say the last 3 weeks, I've done nothing but made it better and better and better and better and better. So much so to the point where now we have a really consistent schedule. We have a tight. It's gotten really, really tight, and thankful to all those who came aboard early on and forced me to make it even better, forced me to make it even more simplified. And it actually worked out because I love simplicity personally. And even though I see things so differently than a lot of other people, I had to dumb down what I do and make it simple, make it extremely, as hard as that is. Trust me, guys, it's the hardest thing you ever want to think about, is to make a flatbed software that's simple and it actually works. Okay, I can show you. Let me show you guys. This is what we did last week. This is a chart that I use to count the sessions and how many units or people are getting in each session. So this was last week's. And even with the minuses, we had 110 units from last week, flatbed. So what people are doing is they come in, they log in for sessions, which is what you see here. And soon I'm going to have a lot more information with the latest, greatest streamlined process that we're using. I'm going to show you live games. I'm going to show you people playing them through the servers live. I'm going to give you the training, and I'm also going to give you 2 hours to try it out on your own. And then if you want to jump in, I will be looking for 10 more people because we're now starting to expand. Thank you to all those for the 7 people who when I tell you guys, like, I went through like 4 upgrades in like 2 weeks because I just wanted to make it easier and faster, and that's exactly what I've did. So I'm saying all that to say this phone, the reason that I'm doing this video, this is not to demonstrate the new software that's going to be coming out tomorrow or sometime this week. And I will be looking for 10 people. Right now, we are off to a great start. So you definitely want to check out the videos that are going to be coming soon. But last week, collectively, we did 100 only had 6-7 people, by the way. We did 110 units. Yeah, 110 units last week. And this week, we're already off to a 100% start. One of my key players today, he started off a session and he had a -4 session, and then he bounced right back and made up for that exact same session on his next session today. So we got this thing wrapped up, guys. The only thing you got to do is register, come on Team Play. I'm looking to expand it, so watch the other videos that I'm going to be putting out soon so that you understand what I'm doing. Basically, what you're going to be doing is logging into one of my laptops here, which part of your entrance is helping me get the laptops to help support you. So what you're going to have to do is have a laptop of your own, and you're going to be logging into a laptop that I'll get so that you will be able to access the software in multiple sessions throughout the week, which is what we're coming to now. So bringing on 10 more people, buying more laptops will allow me to get more people in on sessions. And so their sessions are 2 hours long, and like I said, they're all winning. So watch the videos that are going to be coming out tomorrow. I'm going to be giving a deep explanation of how this works. You're going to see live games. You're going to see people doing it live, all of that. That's coming this week. Now, I just had one of the amazing phone calls, and I want you guys to kind of hear this. And you see this right here. It says Emmanuel, it's beatable. This was actually today. It was really about 3 o'clock today. So this guy sends me an email and says it's beatable. And I want to read you guys this is kind of the software. We'll talk about that in another session. So Emmanuel sends me this email, and this is what I get. He says, the heading is, it's beatable. And like I said, he sent that today, right at about 1:59 hours ago, rather. Hey, Charlie, just wanted to give you my testimonial. Through rigorous study and at times losing horribly, I've discovered a flat bet system that gets me 30 plus units a week. It's phenomenal, and never would I think before your training that it was possible. Let me know if you like me to be a testimonial. So I said, hey, give me a call. Let's talk about it. Because basically everything that I am doing to create this algorithmic software, as you can see here, these units go up to 7, 8, 9, 10 units. This is happening like 80-90% of the time. We're always getting units. There are some games where we don't get units, but 80-90% of the time, we're always getting at least 4 units. So this is what the software is. My point of bringing this up is to say the information that I've taught over the last 3 years, and including the mentor program, no one taught me this. Like, it's all self-taught. So everything that you're hearing me say to you, it's really coming. It's not being. It's like straight dope, right? So it's like authentic, and the information that was shared in the mentor program. Even though there were people who I personally know, who did well with the information and ran off. And not just one, it was a few people who've done that. This particular person is not that guy. And in fact, he's just an observer. Like, he studied me for a while. So what I want to do here is let you guys listen to, we just talked on the phone. I told him that I was recording it. So I just got some excerpts that I want you guys to listen to. I kind of cut it out because it was kind of long. I didn't want this to be a long video, but just first of all, listen to his excitement. This guy's like giddy, like the first day of school, and he's about to go see his girlfriend or something. So he's really giddy. But that's the beauty about it. When those lights, when it comes on, it just makes you really, really excited and thankful. And what he's doing for this, and I don't know if he says this in the video, but one of the things he talks about is intuition, knowing when to stop. So this is what he's doing is not this. This is really like a plug and play. Like, this has breaking points. This has stopping points. This has min and max thresholds. Everything is kind of built in here. And the only reason why I limit the amount of units that we can get and the amount of units we can lose is to kind of keep people at bay. Most people end up hurting themselves with this game. So you have to limit them. You have to be in control, but you have to be consistent. If you can develop consistency, that's all that matters. If you're just not a consistent person, you will find yourself living a life of inconsistency. You will have a lot of ups and downs. You won't have consistency. Because it just doesn't exist. So you can't expect blood from a turnip. So with that said, guys, I want you guys to listen at Emmanuel Lewis. Wait a minute, Emmanuel Lewis, isn't that anyway? You guys know what I'm talking about, Emmanuel Lewis. But so listen at this, guys, and I'm gonna come back in a second.
Charlie, this is Emmanuel.
Emmanuel, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man, I just wanted to reach out to you, man, and just share that, like, everything you said is just, like, It's so true.
Well, good. So what did you come to realize? Like, what was the aha?
Man, there were so many like there were so many because like I so I was having some success. So I saw like the team play thing that you're doing right now, and I was having success and good success with a system that I basically was doing like a like I was just doing red or black, like even I was doing red or black, and I was doing an Oscar grind like progression system on that.
Right.
And it was working. The thing about it though was it was just like too much stress. You know what I mean? Because I would get like 10 levels deep, and then I would always pick it up because of course the game, moves and rhythms and flows, right? So it would always come back up, but it was just like too stressful for me. So I stopped playing that, and then I went to like a dozen system, and then I went and I eventually started doing this. Just betting on one of the dozens, but realizing that but I would do like, let's say, 2 repeating dozens, so like 12 and 10, and then I would bet that, let's say it would repeat a third time, so like, let's say 12, 10, 8, right? And started realizing the patterns in that, and I was like, wait a minute, when 2 out of 3, if this happens 2 times, out of 3 results, so like if you get 2 sets of 12, 12, 8, and then another of 4, 8, 12, then I'm going to have more of a positive expectation of this happening and on a flat bet, and it would happen. And if it would go like, let's say 3 times in a row, then it was just like open season on it. And so then I started like, man, it everything you just said is true. Like, everything. Like everything, like I don't lose, like at all. Yeah, guys, you realize that everything that Charlie is saying is true. Initially I got back into roulette maybe 3-4 years ago, and up until this point, I thought it was impossible. I thought it was an impossible game that you couldn't beat it, even if you had a lucky streak or 2. That the game was out to get you. And so I would study and I would lose, even after even after initially just digging into some of the stuff. But it wasn't until I just opened up my Excel sheet and started really manually going through things that I started recognizing the trends of the game, the ebbs and flows of the game. I started realizing, this thing of I don't have to take every bet is a real thing. And I just started winning, and then I just deepened my study until I became very good. And now I'm, it seems like as long as I don't get banned from any casinos, my course is pretty set. Charlie, you really uncovered the secret about the game. And just your explanation, man, you have a gift for just articulating really complex things. So you're the first person, man, to talk about thresholds, talk about, the limited variable system, talk about all of these things, and it's so true. I've done Forex, and I've done some of these other things, and, I mean, it's like the equivalent to winning 5 units, or the equivalent to winning like 5 or 7 units in roulette is like having 100-plus pip days in Forex.
Right.
And and people have to kind of like realize that you can consistently win like 100 pips a day. Doing this, you just got to study, but you're going to study anyways. Whatever you do,
right.
If you're going to throw at it, you're going to have to study. So you might as well study something that is going to be very constant.
Yep.
I took a beginner's mind to it, even though I had played roulette before. I took a beginner childlike mind to it. So I said, you know what, let me just dive deep. Let me just follow. Let me just yield. But also, when I hit my roadblock, I saw just your presentation and how you kept talking about the thresholds and the limited variables and everything that you were saying. And I said, you know what, let me just go back into the drawing board, because I know that like this is a thing. And coming from the world where people just do martingale or, some of these systems, it makes sense. But you have to, like, before coming across your content, I had never looked at 500, 1,000, 5,000 spins and analyze them.
Yeah.
I would just take a little martingale system and just think that the game was coming after me, and it's like, no, I didn't even know that there were like there's seasons and everything in life. You know, we have summer, fall, winter and spring.
Yeah.
You also have that in roulette. So you kind of, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And so, so that's kind of like what I would, say to people. It's just like you kind of have to come into this with a fresh mind, with fresh eyes, be willing to learn, be open, and then be willing to fight for what you want if you really want it. I think you said it. This may not be for everybody. I think you and I probably, we're contrarian in a sense, but also, highly resilient. We persevere.
Right.
And so, and I think we're probably naturally just drawn to this. But I think anybody who really wants success in this, you'll find it. It just takes, a little bit of work.
All right. Well, that was Emmanuel Lewis. And Emmanuel, I'm sure you're watching this. Thank you so much for, I guess, that testimonial. I really wanted to do this. I'm not teaching mentorship anymore. I'm not teaching that anymore. What I'm doing now is this. I'm purely about the X's and O's. Unfortunately, I've had a lot of not so good experiences with the mentor program. Some were good, but there was only just a handful of people who actually went the extra mile to get it, and Emmanuel was one of those folks. The other few people who actually did it, I have a hard time reaching them today. Just facts. I'm just telling you the truth. It's just what it is. Unfortunately, like Emmanuel said, it's not for everybody. And I had to come to that conclusion. Not everybody gets this. Not everybody sees it. You got to understand where your gifts are. What's your purpose in this life? Because if you're really a person, if you have a gift, your gift may not be sitting here to do this. I believe my gift kind of is involved in here, obviously, but you've got to discover yourself. And because this seems good may not be for you. Okay. You won't see it clearly. It sometimes, as simple as I be making things, it still to some just doesn't make any sense. So it may not be for you. Okay. Hopefully it's for you, not for my benefit, but for you. Because we have a winning record right now. Last week was the last updates we've made on the software has been stupidly phenomenal. And we had 110 units with the entire group. It was just 7 of us, 6 or 7. So we're going to be expanding this to the next 10. If you want to be a part of that, permutationspro@gmail.com. Send me an email and I will communicate with you, get you. And if you want to, well, first of all, you're going to have to look at the new trainings that's going to be coming out. Just watch all the new videos that I'm about to be putting out, and then send me an email. Let me know you want to be a part. And then once you do that, I'll give you the link here to come here, and you can register for all kind of sessions that we've got going on this week, and they're in 2-hour increments. The first one will be free for you. So I'm only taking 10 because I can only manage 10 at a time. The good news is that I don't think we're going to be making too many more updates. So this batch of 10 is going to be a little different than the first. The first I was doing it according to how I would do it, but I had to make it extremely more user friendly for others, and that's what I did, and that's the reason why I did so many updates. But now I think we're at a place where we don't have to do much updating, and everything's pretty solid. So watch out for those new videos that I'm going to be putting out real soon on the channel. And as of today, I will be looking for the next group of 10. Like I said, I have. You just heard Emmanuel talk. I'm going to have you listen to people who are who's using the software. I'm going to show you some emails from people who are using the software. I'm going to show you live games from people who are using the software. and we're going to get it going. We've got it going. So I'm just looking now for the next group. And then once I find the next group, once the next 10 come up, we will be able to afford all of you, the people who are currently involved, a lot more time to jump on and play, because I'll have more laptops and I'll have more session times. So we need those 10 to come in and get going. But I want you to be totally convinced at what we're doing. So stay tuned. Watch the videos that are coming up next. Should have them this week. But if you know enough about me, if you've seen enough, if you want to get involved, again, you still need to wait for the training. I'm going to post the training on YouTube, so you'll get a chance to see how I actually do it. It won't stay on there for long. Better yet, you know what I'll do, because I really don't want to put it on YouTube. If you want to be a part of the 10, send me an email, okay? And I will send you the training, okay? I will send you all that information. So if you want to be a part of that, send me an email. I will send it back to you. So I will send the training to you. I'm not going to post the training because it is some pretty cool information. Even in the training, it's a lot of good information. But so send me an email, permutationspro@gmail.com. I will email you a link to watch the training. And but I will be posting some information about it. But I'm not going to do the live training on here. But definitely you'll see a lot more information about it. You'll see the live games. I'll definitely explain it, but I won't go into like a detailed training. I'll send that to you. But the training's really, really simple. And when I say simple, it is very simple, because we've made so many updates to make it extremely simple. It's literally plug and play. That's not no thinking involved. Not much. When I say thinking, maybe a little bit, but nothing that's you gotta count this, you gotta remember that, or none of that. Okay, we've kind of removed all of those barriers for you. Okay, so that's coming up soon. Thank you, Emmanuel, for the interview. If you want to be a part of that next 10, send me that email, permutationspro@gmail.com, or just continue to watch the channel for more video updates about the team play, so you can see some live action and see how it works. And then from there, if you want to join, or if you just want to join now, I'm going to send you the training, okay? And then you can register for a free session. And in the training, I'm going to go over what you need. Primarily what you need is a computer to access the software. Okay, so you're going to need Team Viewer. All right. Team Viewer is a way where you can remote control access. Let me see here. Me and my slow computer. But it works. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's you have a slow computer and it just works. You got all your stuff on it. Maybe that's why it just works. But Team Viewer is what you're going to need to join a session. So you're going to need a computer to access this with, and then you'll need another computer or your phone to be able to play with online. I'll get into all that information coming soon, so stay tuned to the channel. But again, I just wanted to bring this up to let you know that, listen, if you apply yourself, if you study, if you're willing to put in the work, you can be just like Emmanuel and a lot of other people who I've interviewed. These people are not, like I showed you guys, they emailed me. Like, I'm not going to them and say, hey, can you do an interview for my channel? No, they emailed me, okay, and say, hey, man, this is really, really working well. This is TeamViewer, by the way, guys. So this is what you'll need. You'll need another computer, and you'll have to be accessing one of my remote computers with the software on it so that you can use it. Again, stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to be explaining all of that real soon. Until the next time, thank you so much, Emmanuel, for just that uplifting, actually, interview. And, sometimes you think you're crazy with what you do. And then every now and then there's people like yourself who just say, wow, bro, you really nailed it. And now, the team is really doing well. Like I said, last week we did 110 units collectively. That's insane. Insane, guys. All right. So the next time, take care. Talk to you soon.